Welcome everybody. So today what we're talking about is how to not be shy, how to be confident. So shyness is something that in today's society a lot of us are plagued with. Someone can sometimes barely walk across the street without judging them themselves, without being shy or being unconfident in themselves. It's something that we are plagued with and something that I think everyone has to work on at some point in their life. And I've had to deal with shyness or being unconfident in the past before. And that was something that I had to learn to get over. I had to be confident when I went up onto stage and did my work. I had to be confident when I went and talked with people in meetings. Now, you can't always be confident. You can't always not be shy. We're human beings, we all have weaknesses. And it's realizing this point and realizing that, hey, it's okay to be shy. It's okay to be unconfident. But sometimes all we need is just to we can be shy, but as long as we don't appear shy. Or hey, we can not be confident, but as long as we appear confident, then that's okay. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about some of the reasons of why we're shy. We're going to talk about how to get rid of that shyness, hopefully. And even if we are shy, how we can appear like we aren't. How can we appear like we aren't shy anymore? So the first one that we're going to talk about is looks. So a lot of people focus all the time on how they're looking. They're like, is my hair in the right spot? Are my clothes okay? Do I look like I have a lot of money? Do I look cool? Do I look in style? Do I have A, B, C, D? They're worrying so much about their looks. They're worried so much about how some person that they don't even know perceives them. They're worried about how a random person across the street wonders how they look. One, we have to realize that everyone around us is not always judging us like we think. We sometimes walk into a room and we're nervous because we think everyone is looking at us. But truthfully, we can't always be the center of attention like maybe some of us think we are. So you have to realize that not everyone first is going to judge you. The second thing you got to do for a solution to this is to stop thinking about how you look. And I know that's very hard, it's very tricky. But if you can stop thinking that your looks are so important and realize that the importance of your personality greatly outweighs the way you look. And the proof of this is to go and watch a talk show, watch celebrities being interviewed. You know why people are so drawn to celebrities? Or they like them, or they think, oh wow, they're so cool, or whatever they think about them. The reason they like them is because they have great personalities and they're just telling stories and having fun. It's the personalities that we're drawn to. It's the personalities that we find the confidence in. It's not always, oh wow, this person looks amazing. Because think about this, someone could look amazing, they could look great. But say if you had to go on a date with them and they can't give you any conversation or dialogue back and forth, you ask them, hey, how are you doing? And a really attractive person sitting there and they're just looking and not really saying anything, or maybe they look away, or they're shy, or they're scared, or they're nervous, or whatever. But then you have someone who they're bubbly and they have a personality and they can talk and they can add to a conversation and they have opinions on things. Well, that person is much more appealing to talk to. That person is much more appealing to be around. And it's people who let their personality shine and really show it to the world. Those are the people who are really compelling to be around. Those are the people that we like. So a lot of times we focus on our looks because we want to be liked. But if you start focusing more on your personality, people will start to like you more. And that is something that will make you even seem more attractive. Because that's the thing, we're always worried, do I look attractive enough? Am I this? Am I this? If you have a great personality, that boosts your attractiveness up tenfold. So really, instead of thinking of the looks, think about the personality. Now, some other things that you can try to make yourself feel better about how you look is to, one, start buying clothes that you like. I know a lot of people who they see something on the shelf and they're like, oh, that kind of is neat, maybe I'll get that, and they get it. But they don't really like it. If you can actually pick outfits that you like and that you feel confident in, and you wear those outfits, naturally you're going to start to feel more confident. Naturally, your shyness is going to go down if you can start wearing things that you like. Now, some people don't always have the money to get what they want to get, and you don't always have to buy the $120 jacket. You don't always have to buy the $80 pants. You can find outfits that look well on you, that you like, that you'll be confident in, and that don't dwindle your money away. It is possible, but that does take research, that does take time. But just realizing that you do have the ability to choose what clothes you buy and what you wear. The last thing that I want to talk about on here is slouching. Don't slouch. If you're someone who tends to slouch a little bit, that will make you appear like you are a little bit more shy or you're not very confident in yourself. I'm going to show you an example really quickly here. So if I'm gonna sit like this and I'm slouching, if I'm in this position, it's not a very confident position. It doesn't look like I'm very confident, especially if I'm not talking. If someone is in this position, but they're talking and they're bubbly and they have a great personality, how we were talking about before, that person will probably not appear very shy because they're like, oh, they have a lot of energy, they're nice to talk to. But if someone sits like this or stands like this and they don't say anything at all, they don't talk, those people will really be perceived as being shy, as being unconfident. So what you want to do, even if you're someone right now who doesn't talk a lot, even if you're someone who it's hard to express your personality, well, if you can get rid of your slouching and come up, you'll seem much more confident compared to this. This way, you seem like you're closed off. You don't seem like you're open, wanting to talk to everybody. You seem really shy. It's kind of like you're huddled up in a ball almost. But when you're up, it's much more confident. It's much more also appealing for people when they look at you. So these are the 3 things to focus on when it comes to the looks. The main one, the important thing is the personality. Realizing that personality beats the looks any day of the week. The second one, start wearing clothes that you're comfortable in. If you start wearing clothes that you feel confident and you like what you're wearing, that is going to make it so you're a little bit more confident, and that's going to make your shyness go down because you're going to feel like, oh wow, hey, I look kind of good, I'm having a fun time wearing the outfits that you're wearing. So this is an element that can help you. Now remember, don't focus on it so much that you're like, I have to look good. If I don't look good, then no one's going to want to talk to me or whatever. Just think personality is the most important thing, but then dress nice, dress well, dress how you want to dress, that you feel confident in yourself. And then the third point on here is to not slouch. So if you're someone who tends to slouch a little bit and you're not someone who's more upright, you're a little bit more straight, chest is out, shoulders are back, start to try and apply that into your everyday life. Get rid of the slouching and you'll appear much more confident, and the perceived shyness that you have will go away. So now the next topic we're going to talk about are unfamiliar environments. So now in these circumstances, these are circumstances where maybe you get invited to a party, or you go somewhere you haven't been before and there's people there and you're not really comfortable and not sure how to interact in an environment. A lot of this, actors have to deal with this all the time. They have to go and meet different casting directors, they have to go and meet actors, directors, they have to meet producers, they have to have meetings with each other, they have to talk and interact and find out personalities and all these different aspects to it. But this is one of the things that can really make people shy or make people unconfident because they're like, how am I supposed to act? What do I do? Am I saying the right things? Am I not saying the right things? What do I do in this moment? The next point in this section is that we also feel like we don't have anything to add into the moment. Sometimes we feel that we can't contribute information to someone. We can't contribute to a topic that's being talked about. So I'm going to put that on the board. This is one of the big killers here. This one's saying, how do we interact? If we're so worried while we're in a situation about how we're supposed to be interacting with others around us, think literally being there, and while we're in a group thinking, how do I interact? What do I say? What do I do? Should I do this? Should I do this? What happens is we start getting into this big loop, and we start thinking, okay, I'm here, and now I want to be interesting, so I need to know what to talk about. Or is it okay if I talk like this to these people? Is it okay if I talk like this? I don't know what to do. It's kind of like that situation when you start first going out with somebody and you get invited and you go to their parents' house, and then you're there and you're all of a sudden kind of like fidgety and a little bit nervous, and you're like, I don't know, how am I supposed to act? What do I do? Should I say this? Should I not say this? Are these people, am I able to joke with them? Am I not able to joke with them? And ultimately what happens at the end of the night is that when the parents talk to the person that you're going out with, they're going to say, oh, they seem nice. They seem like very nervous, very shy. Because the people who are going out with their child, they are nervous. They don't know how to interact in that situation. Or you can go to a party, or you can go to a business event, and you're like, how should I act? What should I say? Ultimately, by thinking this, you are being shy. You are being unconfident. Because what happens is you're standing in the moment, and you're not able to really contribute anything because you're overthinking it, and 2, you're going to start being in your head. And before you realize it, you're just going to be standing there, not saying anything at all. And then people are going to notice that you're not saying anything while everyone else is talking. And they're going to put you to be the shy person in the group. Someone who's not really into interacting all that much. If you're in a group situation and you're shy and you're not talking to anybody, no one really puts out the effort to talk to you. They like to talk to people who are happy and bubbly and have a personality. But when someone's shy and they're quiet, not all the time someone's going to say, hey, how's it going, blah, blah, blah. That's why you have to first stop thinking, how do I interact? What do I do? Just literally Go in there, be in the moment, listen to what's being said, and then if you do have something to contribute to the conversation, then boom, you contribute it. But you don't stand there thinking, what do I say? What do I do? How do I interact in this situation? Do I put my hands in my pocket? Do I not put them in my pocket? You have to really stop thinking about all of that and literally live and be in the moment. Now, one of the things that I've noticed that has helped in this situation a lot, going into unfamiliar circumstances, is really knowledge. The more that I've been able to learn about different things and different aspects and really paying attention to reading a book or watching a documentary, I've been able to bring so much more into a conversation and into an environment. So if there's a topic that I don't know much about, I'm able to maybe contribute a little bit to that topic, saying, oh, I don't know this, but I can relate it to this. Or maybe it's a topic that I never would have known if I hadn't read a book. Or maybe you're in a group situation, no one's really talking all that much, and you can contribute information. You can say, I read this great book, and there was this moment in there where it was talking about whatever. Or I can say, I watched this great documentary. You have information that you can contribute to a conversation. But now if you don't know anything, then you can't contribute to a given situation. So for example, if you go to a hat convention and you know nothing about hats, absolutely, you don't even wear hats, you don't like hats at all, you have nothing to contribute about hats. And while you're there, everyone's talking about hats and you're in this group and everyone's saying, oh, I like this hat. Oh, this threading is great for this hat. Oh, these color hats are the best. This whole group conversation is going on, and they say, oh, this is how I manufacture my hats. Oh yeah, this is what I do. Oh, this is where I'm importing my hats from. This is where I sell my hats. All these different aspects, just talking solely around hats. Now, if you don't have any information that you can contribute about hats, you won't be able to interact with these people at all. So you have to have things that you can interact with people and talk about. But now say if this person's like, I love Nike, and you love Nike. Nike is your shoe. You're wearing Nikes all the time. Then you can say, whoa, that is something I can talk about. You notice that in situations when you have a common interest that you can talk about with someone, or you can relate an interest to something else, it can really build so much commonality between you and the other person that you'll be able to talk and have fun, and that will bring your confidence up, and you won't appear as shy because you're not thinking at that moment. You're saying, oh, I can add to this conversation. So if you really want to help yourself, learn as much as you can. Sit down, read a book for 30 minutes a day, or watch an hour documentary. Instead of binge watching 3 hours of a TV show, maybe watch a documentary, learn something, add a little bit more to yourself, to your knowledge banks, and that will give you literal confidence. You won't have to try and appear like you're confident. You actually will be more confident because you will be smarter. You will have more information to talk about. All right, the last one that gets in our way, it's ourselves. We are our biggest enemies. We're our biggest enemies by this. We tell ourselves that we're unconfident, or we tell ourselves that we're shy, or we're not comfortable in given situations. Stop telling yourself that you're shy. Stop saying, I'm shy. Stop saying, I'm not confident. Stop saying that to yourself, verbally out loud or in your head. Don't ever be in a situation again and say to yourself, man, I'm not confident in this situation. Don't say, oh, I'm shy in this situation. Because what happens is you turn it into a reality. I'm not telling you to consciously think, no, I'm not shy. Don't try and argue with yourself and bicker back and forth. Don't even mention it. If anything, tell yourself you're confident. Say, I am confident. I'm confident in this moment. I'm confident in this situation. Once you start telling yourself that you're shy, then what happens is you really start to feel shy. Once you start saying you're unconfident, if you're already unconfident, you become really unconfident. So stop holding yourself back by saying you're shy or you're unconfident. Start saying that you are confident. All right, everyone, thank you for watching this video. Really follow these points because this will help you build your confidence and get rid of your shyness a lot. So congratulations to everyone who completed this. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and you subscribe to this channel so you can be up to date with everything. Also, if you're an actor, I created this completed 10-hour acting course. It's a whole blueprint for actors, and it's a blueprint that we never get. And you're going to learn tips and tricks that you've never heard anywhere else. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to leave that in the description, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.